Welcome back, everyone. Today we're asking a question so many people have asked me over the years. How do I know if I'm really intuitive? The truth is, you don't have to be a psychic, a medium, or a mystic to feel intuition working in your life. Intuition is part of being human, just like breathing, laughing, or loving. We all have it. The question is, are we noticing it? Let me share a little of my own journey. When I was younger, I'd often get these strong nudges, like knowing who was about to call before the phone rang. Or I'd walk into a room and it would feel that something wasn't quite right. Or I'd know about a relative that had recently passed, even before anyone said a word. At first, I brushed it off. I thought, well, that's just coincidence. But over time, the coincidences piled up. One day, I realized these weren't accidents. This was my intuition whispering to me. And I'll be honest, sometimes I doubted myself. I'd ask, is this real? Am I just making this up? That doubt is normal. But here's the gift. Every time I would listen, I mean truly listen, I discovered intuition was more reliable than I had given it credit for. So, how do you know if you're intuitive? Think about simple experiences. Like I just mentioned, knowing the phone is about to ring, thinking of someone right before they contact you, having a dream that later seems to come true, or simply getting a gut feeling that turns out to be right. If you've had even one of those moments, congratulations, you're intuitive. Now, I personally like to call this grasping your asp. And don't worry, I'm not talking about snakes. For me, ASP stands for Accepting Sensitive Perceptions. Most of us are sensitive, but we're taught to dismiss it. Oh, you're imagining things. Don't be silly. Be logical. Do you want people to think you're crazy? But what if your sensitivity is actually your strength? What if those small inner nudges are like a compass, pointing you in the right direction? When you grasp your asp, you stop brushing intuition aside and start embracing it as part of who you are. And just like any skill, knitting, cooking, or singing, the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. So here's a gentle invitation for this week. Think of one moment in your life when you had an intuitive nudge that turned out to be true. Hold that memory for a moment. How did it feel in your body? What was your first impression before the doubts crept in? Now, just just consider keeping a small journal this week. Each time you get a hunch, no matter how small, jot it down. At the end of the week, look back and see what patterns are emerging. You may be surprised by just how often your intuition shows up once you start paying attention. So, how do you know if you're intuitive? You already are. The question isn't whether you have the gift, it's whether you're willing to notice it, trust it, and yes, grasp your asp. Thank you for sharing these few minutes with me today. I'm excited to walk this path together. Next time, we'll take another step, moving from simply recognizing your intuition to practicing it and it in your daily life. Until then, I'm Old Sagehand, sending you blessings, wisdom, and a gentle reminder you are more intuitive than you think.